I knew about this place because I had a bridge teacher years ago who was teaching a class here and was allowed to bring in her own students.
Oh.
And so I saw it, and I thought it was just beautiful. And I thought about the location because we were living in the city and we're oriented toward the city. I like theater, Jean loves theater, and we can still reach the Kennedy Center.
We made a conscious decision at that time, before this recession, before all the problems, that we did not want to put money up front.
Looked all over. And, we looked at some of these continuing care facilities, and we looked at places that were failing you and others that had been in business for quite a long time.
Because of the rental, and it turned out to be a very, very wise decision, because the people who have put money up front and now in some other communities having trouble getting it out.
Mm-hmm. I figured we're getting older, and when we go, I didn't want to give the children any problem in terms of trying to sell something. This way, it's clean. When we go, that's it.
I spent one weekend seriously analyzing this whole situation, and I decided at 83, do I really want to invest $1.25 million in a condo? What's going to happen to this condo if we go? If I go, you own it, you live in it, whether you like it or not. If we both go, the children have to sell it. Seriously looking, we went to places, and we kept running into purchase only. When we found out you rent here, that was a new concept, rent. You mean you can live in the place, you rent it, if you don't like it, you can move out. And you're home free. It's kind of an interesting concept. I wonder what the place looks like. We called them the next day, we made arrangements to come. And Mary invited us to lunch at the Cowens. And that's when we realized what we had here.
Right, exactly.
Ended up, someone asked you to.
Downsizing was traumatic. First of all, we were book collectors. Somebody said, what are you going to do with all your books? I said, well, I have quite a few. One weekend I decided, let's count them. Shock. 2,800 books. Oh my God, that's going to be a problem.
Visits your place of residence, which is not here at that point, takes a look at everything. I don't know whether she photographs or whether she does photograph.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
And she saw the way pictures were hung and what we had and what we needed to get rid of. And then we talked about what we had to get rid of. And the Shays had to go. I said, I'm not parting with that Shays. I've got a bad back. That's the one piece of furniture that I am comfortable with.
You'll part with me first.
Never.
And incidentally, I might say that maybe I've gotten rid of over 2,000 books. Both cars at the same time for the reason I'll tell you later. And the other things that we got rid of, it took me about 1 week to recover from everything and stop missing what disappeared, what didn't come with us.
So what do we do with what's left? We had an estate sale, and anything that was left after the estate sale was given to charity. We're interested, for example, in the opera. So every Monday night, they have an opera video, usually of the Metropolitan, but sometimes of European opera companies, and they have subtitles, and they're wonderful. They select wonderful ones, and we look forward to that.
Some of which I participate in. The thing I found most valuable is being able not to participate in some of them, to do my own writing.
Right.
About 6 years ago, before we got here, I published a personal memoir. When I got here, I decided I wanted to write a novel. And I found it extremely valuable to phase my time out, so I had time to do this. I participate in other things. I run the Classic Forum, and we bring in speakers. We've had 48 speakers in 4 years. Some of them are just fascinating people.
For
example, both of us need to exercise, and we have wonderful, we do yoga, seated yoga, and we do Pilates, which is that new exercise group.
Parkinson's,
And Parkinson's, there's a class for Parkinson's.
light and easy.
Yes.
Balance.
Balance. So we do a lot of exercising, and we also.
And this is where I do all my work, and this is where I wrote the book that's just about to be published. It's in galley right now, and I was proofing the digital proof just yesterday. So I'm looking forward to it being published very shortly. The den this is all built in, but it's removable. This is when I was Washington Vice President of ABC. I'm shaking hands with President Reagan. Gerald Ford is down there. I'll move over to Lyndon Johnson when I was much younger and my hair was darker. And the fellow I loved most of all was Senator Hugh Scott of Pennsylvania, where I was Chief of Staff.
This Chase Lounge is very dear to me because when I grew up, my mother had a Chase Lounge for years and years. And when I married, I said to my husband, "Oh, we can't take this with us to Saigon. I'm leaving my mother's here. She'd give it to me, I'm sure." So he said, "Don't worry, I'll get you a chaise lounge." So as soon as we were settled in Potomac, he bought me this chaise lounge. And we were originally told that we wouldn't have room in the apartment, but we brought it, and it's wonderful. Our friends, the Cowens, have a chaise lounge too. And so we said, fits in their apartment, it'll fit here because they're the same size.
This is the room I live in the most, as you can imagine. It was a bedroom. We did not need a second bedroom. What we needed was a lounge, a family room, a place where we could sit, be comfortable with our books, with my PC, with the TV. I purchased this flat screen TV, and the dimensions are perfect. As you can see, this thing just fits in there with an eighth of an inch on each side. Looking at the Cowens, what they did with their room, they made an office out of it. We decided this was for us too.
And had we opted for a balcony, it would have made our living room smaller. So we decided we didn't want the balcony, so we have this little alcove. Well, what to do with the alcove? We had 2,800 books, so we had someone come in and do the bookcase for us, and we just love it.
I'm a people person. I like to be with people. So Jean had to adjust to the mass of people when we moved in. I was happy when I walked in. Oh, I can get to know all these people. Wonderful. I need more time. Jean keeps saying, you need an 8-day week.
No, 26-hour day.
Well, whatever.
26-hour day. 25 wouldn't be enough. She needs 26.